When I looked at all my subscriptions, I couldn't believe how many I was paying for and not using. Streaming services, apps, memberships, it adds up. That's why I use and recommend Rocket Money. It's a personal finance app that finds and cancels unwanted subscriptions, tracks your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. The best part? You can cancel subscriptions right inside the app with just a few taps. No awkward phone calls or hunting for passwords. With Rocket Money, all your accounts are in one dashboard. Your checking, savings, loans, and investments are all there, so you can see your entire financial picture at a glance. It organizes every transaction automatically, sets budgets, sends real-time alerts for big charges, and gives you easy-to-read reports. I keep a close eye on all my finances, and Rocket Money gives me an even smarter view. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. Go now. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Hey, thanks for listening to the Kim Komando Show. Here comes hour one. I think we should go on vacation together, Andrew. We've never done that.
No, where do you want to go?
Anguilla.
Where the heck is that?
It's a tiny Caribbean island. 15,000 people live there. They have literally struck gold because back in the 1990s, before artificial intelligence became even a flittering thought on any of our minds, is that they were bestowed upon them the domain, instead of a .com, a .net, a .ai.
Wait a minute. There's an organization that just bestows people?
It's the Internet Corporation of Assigned Names and Numbers.
Do they have to pay for it, or they're just saying, okay, this country gets this one, this country gets that?
Exactly.
Okay.
So like .uk, whatever it may be. And they are just making a killing, $70 million a year. Okay. They charge $140 per domain. Okay, just to put that in perspective, if you want a crappy .com that doesn't mean anything, it's probably like $10 a year.
And that's for crappy.com if I wanted that?
No, because that's probably like a gazillion dollars a year. The domain u.ai sold for $700,000.
YOU?
Yes.
.ai? Okay.
Last week, 31 expired .ai domains went for $1.2 million.
Let's be honest, though. This is a waste of money. When's the last time you went up to your address bar and you typed out www.anything.anything? You don't do that. When you go to a website, you either have it bookmarked or you're going through Google.
I bought some AI domains the other week.
Did you?
A couple weeks ago. Not going to tell you what they're for, except that I'm putting out the whole new AI initiative with the company.
Okay.
So I thought that we needed to have a .ai domain.
Did you buy kimcommando.ai?
I'm not going to tell you what I bought.
Well, I'll just look it up.
It's a secret. Now, think about this. That tiny Caribbean island could have been given .ag for agriculture.
That wouldn't have been as profitable.
Nope, dodged the bullet. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the nation's largest, biggest, best, award-winning show about all things digital. Because after all, I'm Kim Komando, America's beloved digital goddess, here with you once again. And joining me is Andrew Babinski. And you can also find him on KEZ 99.9 FM, where he's the co-host of the morning show there. And you can find us on over 435 top stations from coast to coast. And of course, we're streaming in your favorite radio app. Just search for my last name, Komando, with a K, of course. And you can also get the show as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're more of a visual type person, then you want to go to youtube.com/Kim Komando. That's youtube.com/Kim Komando. And the Komando hotline's open right now at 1-888-825-5254. But let me tell you a secret. Shh, don't tell anyone. Is that instead of you sitting on hold for hours like those other people to speak with us, yes, people stand in line for hours with us, is that you can actually schedule a time and get booked right into the show by going to Komando.com, and up in the top right-hand corner, there's a link that says Ask Kim.
You know, we are on YouTube, Kim.
Yes, we are.
And because of that, they gave me one of these movie set, you know, if you've seen a movie, they have those clapper things.
Yes.
Where it's like Star Wars Scene 2, Take 5. It's going to be hard for me to resist to not play with this the entire show. Because for some reason, they put it over by me.
That was a bad thing.
It was a mistake.
It was like giving a child, I don't know, Legos or something like
Kim
that.
Komando Show, segment 1, take 1. Go ahead. I've started the show.
What was that
officially.
accent for?
That was a movie set accent.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. Everybody on movie sets, that's what they talk like.
Can we make some money now?
Take 2.
All right, then every single day, I make sure that I know exactly what's happening in the tech space so I can impart all this knowledge from my beautiful brain directly to yours. And so here are a few things that you need to know about. You have your Amazon Alexa, your Siri assistant, and your Google Home, right, Andrew?
Yeah.
Has it ever turned on without you really saying what you thought it would say?
Oh, a couple times, especially with the Google Home, we have the little minis all over the house, and there's lights on the top, 4 lights, and sometimes they're colorful, sometimes they're white. And so I've seen it just bloop.
Well, there are certain words that will make it do that. Like, for example, Google Assistant, you can say, okay, cool. Sometimes it turns on when you say, hey, boo-boo.
Does it think it's hearing?
Hey, Google.
Hey, Google, and
Yes.
it just, it's got bad ears?
Yeah, and with Siri, it's like, hey, Jerry, hey, Syria, because we always say that.
Always.
Or just a city. That will actually make Siri wake up. So here's the deal. Google just paid $68 million to settle a lawsuit because it was recording private conversations, personal stuff about finances and people's lives, employment, and who knows what else. And all those recordings were sent to advertisers for targeted advertising. So, like, for example, you're always talking about something, like maybe buying a...
Okay, I've created your weird, just a city that will actually make sure I wake up. So here's note.
I think you triggered your Siri.
Weird,
I don't-
just a city that will actually make sure
What
I
is
wake
she
up.
talking
So
about?
here's the deal.
She's creating a city for you.
Okay, but where did that come from?
Basically, it's the exact point of what you're saying. You just common conversation can
And so
trigger these.
Now I'm going to get targeted on cities or something like that, building cities. But see, and it did. It happened with Google and with Apple, where they said it wasn't their fault that their smart assistant, like just what happened, turned on when you did not want it to turn on. Because I did not say the hey word, I said other words.
I can kind of picture that. I can see that them saying, I mean, that's a good defense. It thought it was being triggered and it didn't, so it recorded.
And it wasn't their fault.
$68 million? Mm-hmm.
And Apple, they also had to settle. I think $95 million they had to settle for. I wonder who gets all the money.
Lawyers.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, lawyers.
Coming up next is this cautionary tale, because this really hit home for me, is that when you're using ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or any of the other ones, I mean, you're really giving it a lot of information, right? You're training it, and you're working on are you working on like any projects with it?
Oh, yeah. Creating multiple databases to back up all of the information when it comes to my radio show.
Which is fabulous, okay? So this guy, scientist, Marcel Boucher, he did 2 years of research with ChatGPT. Every single day became part of his working life. He's drafting emails, revising papers, grant applications, research studies, whatever it is. And then one day he wanted to make sure that his data was not really being stored by AI, because he started thinking like, oh, I wonder if AI is going to start training itself on everything that I put in there. So he hit a button to temporarily disable data sharing to see how it would work. Everything that he worked on for 2 years was gone.
Poof.
Yes. I went into the intergalactic bit bucket.
Could he turn it back on?
No.
You know what's funny is that, yesterday, right before I left the show, the last thing I did was I went onto Claude and I said, hey, I need you to make a downloadable version of this tracking system so that I can load it into Excel. So if anything happens, and it created it, and it's all sitting right there. I created my own backup. Because I don't know, out of nowhere, maybe I just saw I came across this story and it just triggered it.
You have to do that.
I just like, I need a backup. I've worked too hard on all this information.
I have
for it
to
just go away.
I got to get on Barry's computer to do this, because he's working on a petition to the FCC that will change the whole world.
Okay.
And he's been doing it for like 9 months, and it's like, I don't know, 300 pages.
But it's really easy, because all I did was ask Claude to create a file that's a backup, and a minute and a half later, I had it and I downloaded it.
Which is great. Let's see. Here's some other tech updates. Apple says that 39 air carriers are now using share item location. So what that means is that if you have an AirTag in your suitcase, is that now your little bag's dot will pop on a map, and it's used across 2,800 airports. And so if you're traveling, you just need to put an AirTag in there, so that this way, when they say like, oh, your bag's in Detroit, and you're like, no, I'm in Des Moines, that there's a problem with that. But lost bags have dropped 90%.
That's huge.
Yes, isn't that amazing? That's amazing.
I can't believe that. Because first of all, people have to put them in there for that to work.
Right.
And so people are, and it's working.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never forget. This is years ago before AirTags. We all went to Europe, and there's this big trouble like going through Heathrow and the baggage claim, and we went to Paris, but we had to like do a changeover in Heathrow, and so we get to Paris, and of course my bag's there, Ian's bag there, but Barry's not. His bag he's so much like Charlie Brown. I can't stand it. Okay. And so like a day goes by, we're buying him like underwear and shaving and all the clothes and all this other stuff. And then I'm like talking to the PR person for British Airways saying like, we need to get this bag. I mean, before his trip is over. And then the next morning, breakfast is served in the room with the Daily Mail newspaper. And on the cover is a picture of all the lost baggage at Heathrow. And Barry's bag is like front and center.
Are you serious? Well, I guess it was the latest one. Of course it would be in there.
So I took a picture of that and I sent it to the PR person and said, found it. So there you go. Apple dropped some new AirTags. Guess what they were calling it?
AirTag 2?
Yes. You could now work in the marketing department at Apple. It tracks, they say, 50% farther. The speaker is 50% louder. And you can now use your Apple Watch to find things. It's still the same price, $100 for a 4-pack. The new Samsung Galaxy Z Trifold is officially on sale. $2,899 for the 512 gig model. Yes, $1,000 per fold. 10-inch inner display, unfold, it looks like a tablet, looks like a smartphone. They say it's tested to endure 200,000 folds. After that, not so much.
That's it?
Yes.
I mean, maybe it'll last 201,000.
A week. Okay. Let's see. People are in a panic over the U.S. owning part of TikTok. Have you seen this? I've seen it on my Facebook feed.
I've seen all of the conspiracy theories, if that's what you're talking about.
They're talking about how the U.S. is now tracking everybody?
Well, no, more like they're blocking content. They're not letting people upload. There was a story where if you tried to type Epstein in your direct messages.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't.
It would delete it.
Yeah.
All of this conspiracy.
I tried that. It let me say whatever I wanted.
And they've only owned it for, what, a week?
Exactly. Well, people are in panic now, not just because of that, because they say that the app can track your immigration status, your sexual orientation, and your precise GPS location. But let me give you the spoiler. That has been in TikTok's terms and conditions that nobody ever reads since August of 2024.
Okay.
But it didn't say precise location. It said approximate location, but now it says exact location.
But isn't it a private company that owns this business?
Of course.
It's not the U.S. government.
No.
But then they turn around and they probably sell it to the U.S. government in real time.
Yes. This is really horrible. And if you have kids in the car right now, you might want to turn down your radio just a little bit because you may be bothered by what we're going to be talking about. And if you are watching the show or on a podcast with kids in the room, just kind of the same thing. You can just kind of fast forward over the next minute because your deepest, darkest personal confessions may have been leaked on the internet. A porn quitting app leaked sensitive information from over 600,000 people.
A porn quitting app?
Yes. It's designed to be almost a therapist for you on your phone so that when you are tempted to watch porn, that you will come to this app and explain to it what you're doing, what you're thinking about doing, and then the app will give you suggestions on things to do other than that. Like, for example, one of the confessions, I just can't do this, man. I honestly don't know what to do. I'm such a loser. I need help. Okay. One was from a 14-year-old that was watching porn several times a week, triggers like I'm bored, and these are just sexual urges. And then the app will give you a dependence score and list systems like brain fog, lack of motivation, whatever it may be. So out of the 600,000 people that got this porn quitting app, 100,000 of them are minors. And so it has their age, how often they do their deed, what turns them on in these diary-style entries. Now, the reason why I bring this up is that a security researcher flagged back in September that all this information is publicly available.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And the founder said, oh, I'll fix that.
I don't think they did.
They didn't. So bottom line here is that you got to be really careful what you share on apps, especially ones that are promising anonymity. Okay, wow.
There's no such thing.
No.
Because you know why? Anonymity doesn't make any money.
Well, it doesn't make any money, but also anything that you put online, you can't assume that it's anonymous.
No.
Because it can always be tracked back to you. That app knows exactly who you are.
Of course, it knows where you are, the IP address of what you're using, but also they need to collect all that information so they can bundle it up and sell it to someone, because that's most of these apps' revenue stream.
Gosh, but I feel so sorry. Imagine if you're a 14-year-old boy.
Right, but no names were connected to these.
You never know.
Hopefully not.
Right. Let's see. Coming up, we're going to have a new way that you can use AI you're going to love. A stolen phone checker. We have the best callers ever. You never, ever want to miss. Hey, every single day, almost 1 million folks like you, they get The Current. It's my 5-star rated newsletter. You're just going to love it. You can sign up over at getkim.com. But did you hear the big news?
What
Have you heard the big news? Okay, this is really amazing. February is a cash grab. It is. It's a cash grab within the Current newsletter. Every single day, somebody's going to win $250, an Amazon gift card, every single day in the month of February.
Every day.
All subscribers are eligible. Everybody's eligible. So if you already get the Current, you're eligible. And if you're not already getting the Current newsletter, sign up for free right now. Head over to getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com. Every single day, someone has a chance to win $250, and that money's coming out of my pocket. So
I subscribe. I have a chance to win.
Not eligible.
Come on.
Have you ever bought a used phone, Andrew?
Yeah, I think I bought one on Facebook Marketplace.
Did that work out for you?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I met the person at the carrier.
Oh, so you did all that.
I switched it over and made sure it was safe.
See, if you do buy a used phone, you always want to make sure that it hasn't been stolen. Now, there's something called the Stolen Phone Checker. It's a free from the cellular telecom. One of the best kept secrets to looking and feeling amazing? Collagen. You see, as we get older, our body slows down collagen production, leading to wrinkles, thinning hair, achy joints, and brittle nails. But you can fight back naturally. With high-quality collagen from Native Path, you're giving your body the essential building blocks to support smoother skin, stronger nails, shinier hair, and even healthier joints. Some studies suggest collagen supplements may also support bone health. It's not about turning back time. It's about feeling your best at any age. If you want to glow from the inside out, add Native Path collagen to your routine. Your future self will thank you. Now, Kim Commando listeners get 45% off with free shipping and a free gift bundle. Go to getnativepath.com/Kim. That's getnativepath.com/Kim. Don't miss out on this deal. Go to getnativepath.com/Kim right now.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Communications Industry Association. Ooh. I'm not a member, but you could be too. Anyway, all you need is the phone serial number, the IMEI number. Every seller should have that. And so what you do is you go to stolenphonechecker.org and you type that in.
Also, don't you need to make sure that the phone is paid off?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
There's a lot of people on Facebook that are selling these phones trying for some quick cash, but they already owe $800 in monthly payments on it.
You're like, yeah, but the phone was only $200.
Well, they weren't going to pay their bills, so might as well get some cash.
What a deal. You ready to take some phone calls?
Let's do it.
All righty. Aaron in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Hi there, Aaron.
Hey, how you doing?
So I understand that you turned in a final paper and then a few weeks later, you were flagged as a cheater?
Yes, ma'am. That's unfortunately what happened.
So tell us the story.
Yeah. So I'm a junior at Louisiana State University, and we had a final paper for my English class, which I wrote and turned in. And then about a month later, I went and checked, and it said that I had a I next to my grade, which means that it was incomplete. So I emailed my teacher, and I asked her, I was like, hey, why do I have an incomplete next to my grade? And she said that my paper was flagged for AI and that she had submitted it to SAA here for review. What really, peeved me was that I wasn't even notified by my teacher that I was reported for AI. It just happened, and just a very unfortunate, sticky situation.
So now, did you use AI?
I did not.
Okay, wow. What were the signs that the checker came back with and said, "Oh, this is totally AI"?
Yeah, so funny enough, this was a paper where we had to cite, I think, 5 sources in the paper. The majority of what the AI flagged was actually my cited sources, which I had in MLA format, which I thought was funny. And then it cited the title of my essay, and then I think like 2 other paragraphs. But the paragraphs that it detected, there was like a pie chart for the detection level for AI, the lightest colored purple being the least amount of AI detected, and then darker purple is like the most. Everything else that was detected for AI was like the lightest shade of purple, but because it was detected by AI, like it flagged it. So
you're telling me that they said your paper is incomplete because you used AI and they used AI to determine that you used AI.
Yeah, I think that's really the big issue, and I'm not the only one here that's dealt with these issues. It's a nationwide thing right now, especially with Turnitin, which is the software that they're using to detect it. And I don't know if y'all know this, but Turnitin actually recently reported the Declaration of Independence for AI.
But that's accurate.
Yes, right. So when this happened and it got flagged, what were the repercussions for that? I mean, did you have to do the paper again?
Yeah. So unfortunately, because I heard about this so late about my grade being incomplete, I wasn't able to redo the paper, and I had to do a case with a caseworker. So I had to kind of, fight my case as to why, if I used AI or not. And the person handling my case, there was sort of a language barrier there where she wasn't, couldn't speak English very well. And she, you would have thought she just learned about computers, the week prior, right? No. She didn't really know what she was looking at. And, I tell people this and I say it's the equivalent to bringing your dog to the veterinarian clinic for a surgery, and you have a blue-collar electrician come out with scrubs about to do the surgery on your dog, right?
Oh, ouch.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Did you lose your appeal?
So yeah, I lost it. There was nothing I could do. They said that, they're going to let me know in a couple of days, but like there really wasn't anything that I could do to like prove whether or not I used it or not. So like the end all be all of evidence was just their Turnitin AI checker saying that I was flagged for AI, and I received a 0 on the paper. So
now, do you think that's going to hurt your chances to, like, let's say you wanted to go to law school or something? I mean, is this going to always be on your record?
So no.
Okay, good.
Fortunately, it won't, and I'm lucky enough. I'm in construction management, so I'm not going to law school or anything. But that's just my story. There are some people here who are at risk of losing their scholarships, or it might affect their chances of getting into law school if this isn't fixed soon.
So, gosh, this has to make you nervous about turning in another paper.
100%. Everything I write now, I go and I check through multiple AI checkers to make sure that there's not even a chance that anything will be detected.
Wow.
I would say do the whole paper in crayon and turn it in that way.
Yeah, right.
I think that would be the best one.
Can't check it.
Red crayon. No, blue crayon.
Both. Go back and forth.
Isn't that Aaron, thank you for your call today. Isn't that amazing?
Well, it's not surprising. I mean, we talk about AI hallucinations all the time. I mean, we had the story on the show a couple of weeks ago where AI identified a man at a casino. He got arrested and held in jail, and it was 100% wrong when the AI was saying it was 100% right.
Yeah, I know. That was a complete nightmare. Dean in Oklahoma City. Glad to have you with us, Dean.
Well, thank you for taking my call. First of all, I want to say I appreciate your daily emails and your quizzes. Now, I get probably 20% of the quizzes correct.
Oh, really?
and probably the 20% is just a guess. But we have I forward this to our fellow employees, and they get a kick out of it. So thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. And I write that myself every day just to let people know. Sometimes I get people saying, "Oh, Kim, AI wrote this." I'm like, I wish.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you, Dean? Thank you for your kind words.
Well, I have security cameras around my house, on the patio, near the front door, in my garage. And I subscribe to a company that it dings if there's movement. So I get a notification on my phone. About 2 weeks ago, I was pulling into my driveway, and I get looked like a text message that said, "A black car is pulling into your driveway." Well, I thought it was my neighbor across the street just messing with me. And so that night, I'm going through my text messages and did not see a message from my neighbor. So I'm thinking, did someone hack into my camera and they're watching me? That kind of freaked me out. Well, the next morning, I get the same message. This time it said, "A black car is leaving your driveway." Well, I quickly clicked on the link, and it's from the company that I subscribe to. I pull up their website, and it's AI generated. It's an added service, and this was just a sample run for me to see if I like it or not. But the whole thing freaked me out. But when I saw that it was AI generated from the company, I felt better. But have you heard anything about this?
Well, who makes the cameras?
It's a Blink.
Okay, so it's a Blink. Now, this black car, was that your car, or whose car was it?
Yeah, it was my car. And I also got a message that there was a black and gray dog running around my front yard, which was my dog. And then I got a message once that there was a guy with a white sweater walking near my mailbox.
Can I guess?
Was
it you?
It was someone else, yeah. No, it was someone else.
Oh, okay.
I was hoping it was you.
I thought the plot twist was going to be you.
Okay. No, it was the Publishers Clearinghouse guy that was coming
Ed
over.
McMahon.
That's exactly what it is. So you are wondering what?
Well, I didn't know if you had heard about this or any of your listeners. The whole thing freaked me out at first. But then now I understand that it's an added service. So.
Well, they're going to want to charge you for that. This is just a precursor to something else that's going to come down the pike to say if you really like it, it's going to cost you $12 a month. So what you can do is you can turn off the notifications, go into camera settings, notification settings, and then you can toggle off smart notifications, because that's what they're called, instead of motion alerts. Because why would you want motion alerts when you could have smart notifications?
Absolutely. You wouldn't know what color that dog was in your front yard without that AI detecting it.
I mean, come on. What about your car, Dean? How would you know that was not your car? Okay, I mean, let's be honest.
I think that's worth $14.99 a month, but that's just me.
Oh, well, do you have stock in this company?
No.
So are you going to sign up for it, Dean?
Probably not.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound like something that really is going to really.
It sounds cool, but then in reality, tomorrow when I get 3 text messages in the morning, and then the next day when I get 3 text messages in the morning, every time me, Lisa, and Mackenzie leave the house, I'm turning it off.
You know, in our garage, we have AI detection cameras.
Okay.
And when I was going through, I thought, oh, you know what? Kim Commando, I need AI smart detection cameras. Until after 3 months of these things going off at random, at any given moment, it would see a bug in the garage and say, oh, activity directed. I notice a face. And I'm like going down there, I'm like, it's a moth.
I mean, if you had the Blink ones, it would tell you what color the moth was,
That's
the
true.
species.
And probably would have been a lot cheaper, too.
Male or female.
All right. This is a common problem. Your ex is now an ex, right? But your phone's photo app didn't get the memo. So every time you open your phone, you see their face. And you're like, oh. Here's how you can stop seeing your ex's photo for good. If you have an iPhone, there's something called breakup mode. It is that you open your Photos app, you find a picture of your ex, click the 3 dots menu and say, feature this person less. Or you can select, never feature this person again. And for a Google Photos user, you're not stuck with bad memories. You can go into photo settings and memories and hide people or pets. And now, basically these photos are not deleted. You're just not going to see them highlighted for you. So you can go back to your phone and ask yourself, what was I thinking? Okay.
That loser.
Wow, I must have been desperate then.
Or drunk.
There is that too. Still to come, we have more of your phone calls here on the Kim Commando Show. All right, still to come, an amazing use for your favorite AI chatbot that I bet you may have thought of, you may have tried it, but you haven't fully exploited it yet. So I'm going to be talking about that. And right now, let's go back to the calls with Roxy in Los Angeles, California. Hello, Roxy.
Hi, Kim. So excited to chat with you. I'm a first-time caller on your show, but I am no stranger to all of your computer expertise because I I get all of your emails. Thank you for all of the information that you give to people because it's really valuable.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you for your kind words. So, what's on your mind?
So I had a really interesting situation in a work Zoom meeting. I have always taken screenshots in Zoom, but this time my administrator said, "Oh, you are caught. You are caught. I see you took a screenshot." Now, I wasn't on my work company device. I was on my personal iPad and took the screenshot with my personal phone, not connected to work VPN, did not have my camera on, did not have my microphone on. So how did they know I took a screenshot?
Okay, so wait, so you're having the Zoom call on your iPad. Okay. But you wanted to take a picture of what was on the screen. So instead of hitting like the home button and the side button to take a bona fide screenshot that would go on your camera roll, is that you pulled out your phone and you took a photo of the screen.
Correct.
Okay. And then that's when the admin IT guy says, "Hey, you're not allowed to do that?"
He said, not that it was not allowed. He said, "Oh, you're caught. I see you have taken a screenshot."
So do you think maybe he saw you hold your camera up?
Her mic and camera were off.
My personal camera on the iPad where I was attending the meeting, all that was off. The camera was off, the microphone was off, all of it.
But you were in a company Zoom meeting.
Correct, on a personal iPad.
Okay, so Zoom must have some admin feature in the background that if somebody takes a screenshot that they get alerted.
Even when their camera's off?
No, because she's taking a screenshot of the meeting that is happening. It's a company meeting that's being paid for on a company account.
But she used a different device.
Oh.
And on the iPad, the camera and the microphone were off. The only thing I can think of is the camera is off to everyone else. So everyone in the Zoom meeting can't
That's correct.
see. But the camera is on to the software.
Yes.
So I didn't know that could happen, and I have taken screenshots of our meetings before, same way, but it's been at least 6 months to a year ago, maybe. So this is a recent new change.
Could be. It could be a feature
it's in the background.
That's on Zoom.
Because it wouldn't be hard for them to turn that on.
No, it wouldn't be at all. All they're doing is they're still recording with the camera, but just not feeding that to the meeting.
Yeah.
But the fact that camera recognized you held up a phone, recognized you took a picture.
Or the IT guy was in the meeting.
But again, her camera was off. The IT guy's not seeing what's happening.
But that's maybe that feed is still being gone through to Zoom.
Then what is even the point of having an on and off feature for the camera?
Because other participants can't see it.
Oh, but the back end people can. Interesting.
Because that would be so easy to turn on. That's not a big deal, especially the way that it all works. I mean, so that's probably what the case is. You can also look at, it was your personal device. So, I mean, I was going to say there's nothing that they could have put on that, because normally if it's a company-provided device is that they can put on management software on that gadget that they can do whatever they want to do. But because it was your own device, it has to be something that's happening in the back with Zoom. Really, really interesting question on how that happened.
You would think that if your camera's off, it's off to the world, not just off to a couple of people in a meeting.
Speaking of, how do phones get drunk?
We were talking about that, and I'm not sure.
They take screenshots. Hey, still to come, a great way for you to use AI here on the Kim Komando Show. You know that thing that you don't know what it is? A weird bug in the kitchen, a cable in a drawer, the plant that your neighbor has. Instead of you going to Google and trying to describe what it is, open up your favorite AI chatbot, take a picture of it, and then you say, "What is this?" It will come back and tell you. Then you can say, "Is this bug dangerous? Where can I buy this plant? What's the cheapest place to get this cable? Should a doctor see this rash on my butt?" Okay, you can do all of that by just using AI, and you don't have to be a caveman anymore typing into Google, "red berry bush with pointy leaves." No, not anymore.
I'm not giving ChatGPT any butt pictures.
You should not, that's for sure. Hey, just a reminder, if you haven't already, sign up for our free newsletter over at getkim.com. Hey, don't leave me this way. Stay right where you are, because coming up in the next hour, we're going to be talking about weather influencers. They're actually stealing jobs from real meteorologists and making so much money on YouTube. And I'm going to tell you why that sign in with Google and sign in with Facebook button, yeah, it looks really convenient, but it's super dangerous for your privacy. We have that coming up in just the best callers ever. You're going to love it. You know, you never want to depend upon me for stock picks.
Nope.
I'm good at a lot of things. Predicting the market is not one of them.
I've heard so many stock failure stories from you.
Yes.
And I've never heard a windfall story.
No.
You never said, hey, I made a chunk of change buying this.
No, that's why I have financial advisors now.
Yes.
I do. Because I'm surprised that I did not pick this stock. SanDisk USB thumb drives. They're big makers. SanDisk?
Yeah, that's like from the 90s.
Yes. That stock has surged almost 1,000% in the last 5 months.
1,000%?
Yes, I know. Why? Because AI is eating so much data that memory chips have become the new gold rush. So there's this big, fancy hedge fund by the name of Elliott Management. Now, if you're in the tech space, you know Elliott Management. They own pieces of just about every tech company out there. Not like little pieces, big pieces.
So they predicted this and they bought a ton of stock and they're making billions?
Well, they owned 750,000 shares.
Okay, so they know what they're
of
doing.
SanDisk. And last fall, they said, we don't think this is doing anything. So they sold it for $84 billion. $84 million. Okay. $84 million. And that it's worth about $340 million today.
Oops-a-daisy.
Exactly. You know, when the person who invented the USB drive died, you know what happened? They lowered his coffin into the grave, realized they put it in the wrong way, and then had to do it all over again.
Poor guy.
Wrong way.
Poor fictional guy that this never happened to.
But wouldn't that be funny? Oh, wrong way.
Let's flip it around.
Just flip them around.
You're going in butt first.
You know, but here's the trick. On USB drives, there's that funky little logo. If you put that in so it's facing up, then you always know it's going in the right way.
It looks exactly the same on both sides.
Well, that one was there to trick you.
Oh.
Of course, this is the Kim Komando Show. We're so glad that you're here joining us. It's the best. It's the award-winning. It's the biggest, awesomest show about all things digital because, after all, I'm your digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you once again. And joining me is Andrew Babinski. He's our co-host and also co-host of the morning show on 99.9 FM in Phoenix, Arizona. And you can find the Kim Komando Show on over 435 stations, coast to coast and internationally, and as a podcast and as a streaming feed. Wherever you get your radio streams, you can always search for Komando. And speaking of podcasts, if you're more of a visual type, you can always watch us do the show over at youtube.com/Kim Komando. And the Komando hotline's open right now at 1-888-825-5254. And just a reminder, you don't have to sit on hold like a caveman. We can actually schedule you into the show. And so if you have a question, you have a story you want to share, head over to the official homepage at komando.com. And up in the top right-hand corner, there's a link that says Ask Kim. Fill that out, and then one of our producers will get right back with you. All righty, here are some things that you need to know that are happening in the tech space. I'm going to start with a question that I seem to be getting asked more and more. And Andrew, when you are going to a new website and it says sign in with Google or sign in with Facebook or create an account, which one do you choose?
Now, this is a service that I want, obviously, right?
Correct. Yes.
Google.
So it just says sign in with Google.
Yes, but there's a reason why.
Why?
Because I know that password.
Okay.
It's not because it's my personal preference. It's not because I think it's the most safe. I know that password.
And it's a lot easier than creating an account.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you don't have to go through, your name, your email address, verify that, find the tires or the traffic lights. It's so annoying. I was doing that the other day, and it's like, find the 6 traffic lights. I'm like, there are 5. Okay.
They're all bicycles. What do you mean, Google?
Okay, and that's always confusing to me. When they want a bike.
Yeah.
And just like a portion of the tire is showing. Does that constitute a bike?
Well, we learned that they're using this to train AI to recognize things. So I would guess that does count as a bike because they want to train AI to see that quarter of a tire and see it as a bike.
I totally failed the test.
You couldn't get in?
No, because it said that was part of I guess it was, because I said, well, it's only a portion of the bike. It's not a whole bike, and I didn't select it. It's like, then they give you another one. I'm like, oh my God, I give up.
That website thinks you're a robot.
That's true. Well, here's what happens. The second that you click sign in with Google or sign in with Facebook, that website gets your name, your email, your profile, sometimes your phone number, and your date of birth too. And then they also are tracking every single site that you use it on. So shopping sites, if you browsed engagement rings, maybe you bought some baby gear, whatever it is. News sites are going to track, of course, anything that you read, your political affiliation, dating apps. And so the translation is that when you are signing in with Google or Facebook, is that they are collecting and selling everything about you.
So what do you do?
I try to create accounts as often as I can.
When she says try to, she means she doesn't want to look like a hypocrite, but she uses sign in with Google.
I do. I don't use sign in with Facebook.
I don't know my Facebook password.
Okay.
I can't.
Because Meta admitted that they use all this data to improve your experience.
That's what they're about. User experience.
And I love when they can say it with a straight face.
Oh, yeah.
You know? All right. Who is the highest paid person at your local TV news station? Who is that? Do you think it's the lead anchor, the people in the field?
Oh, yeah, you would guess it's the face of the network. So the evening or morning anchor.
It's the weather person, the weatherman or lady. They pull in over $400,000 in big markets for doing the weather.
Well, that's if they have a meteorologist.
Yes.
If they have like Kooky Craig around the valley doing weather. I knew one of those guys, and he made bupkis.
I always wanted to be a weather person. But anyway, let me tell you the reason why I bring this up.
Oh, I thought a joke was coming.
No. Okay. There's a whole industry of weather influencers now on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Ryan Hall, has 3 million YouTube subscribers. He's making about $80,000 a month.
But why does that connect to his salary at the station?
No, I don't know if he's on a TV station.
Oh, okay. He's just a weather influencer.
Yeah, I think it's you. There's also Reed Timmer. He has 1.4 million subscribers. They live stream all the storms for hours and hours and hours, and they're just raking in all this money. And they are also calling things like not like storm. They're calling it like ice storm apocalypse.
Of course.
Things like that. I mean, that will be like low snowstorm expected.
Right.
Or anything
Bariatric
like
pressure isn't sexy.
So, so I decided to see if I could be a weather person.
Okay.
Okay. And, I'm so busy. So we decided to see if AI could do the job. Let's listen. It's Arizona, so it's hot today, hot and sunny tomorrow, and spoiler alert, basically hot and sunny for the foreseeable future. Now, my cat actually wishes it was stormy weather, because when it rains, it purrs. I'm Kim with your weather update. What do you think?
What was the sound effect? Was that supposed to be rain? Because it sounded like someone going to the bathroom.
That was not what we were going for.
Oh, all right.
Sandra, we're going to have to work harder on that.
You can put or list it as a different genre. It doesn't have to be a weather report. It could be adult entertainment.
Andrew, would you pay for Facebook?
No.
Meta is about to test subscriptions across Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Regular folks will stay free, but the paid tier unlocks extra control and they say more AI goodies. Of course, Facebook just paid $2 billion for Manus, an AI agent, so they're trying to figure out how to make that money back. So you can watch stories on Instagram without anybody knowing. You can find out who has not followed you, who you followed back, and then suddenly they're not your followers anymore. I wouldn't pay either. Google pulled the plug on first and second gen Nest thermostats. If you own one of these old devices, Wi-Fi support's done. Google says the early hardware is just too hard to update.
Too hard. Come on. Give me a break. There's one. All we have to do is hit that button. But that button's all the way on the other side of the room. That's so hard. We can't do it anymore.
We would try, but we can't.
Too hard. What jerks.
You can still adjust the temperature on the wall, but it doesn't have remote access anymore.
Well, then what's the point of having a Wi-Fi thermostat?
Let's see. Costco has a theft problem. Thieves are walking into Costco and stealing RAM and graphic cards right out of display PCs. Just opening them right out. That's it. So now they are Costco displaying gaming PCs that are powered on, lit up, but completely empty. No more RAM sticks, no GPUs, just hollow shells.
I told you about my Costco theft story, right?
What was that?
I was at Costco, got all my stuff, so I spent like $680. And
For
I got
a gallon of milk.
No, it was a pallet of milk. I decided to get a hot dog and a drink on the way out because it's only $1.50. And $1.50 lunch is phenomenal. Got the hot dog. I was filling up the drink, and I set the hot dog to my right while I was filling it up. And then I look over, and it's gone. Someone stole my hot dog. And I saw the woman who took it, and she was walking out. And I started to follow her. I don't know why, because I'm a crazy person. So I get outside.
Where's my hot dog? Give my hot dog back.
I just really wanted to know what kind of person steals $1.50 hot dog. And as I get in the parking lot, this guy cuts me off and he says, "Hey, I'm with loss prevention at Costco. You need to stop following her. We know that she stole your food, but we're following her." She had taken her shopping bag and filled it with vodka bottles. We're talking like 10 bottles, and just walked right out of Costco with my hot dog.
She was hungry.
Vodka and my hot dog.
Did they get you a new hot dog?
They did. They absolutely did.
All right. 10 bottles of vodka. She got a little snack.
A little thirsty.
All right. Meanwhile, in Kansas City, a man may have cracked the code on the perfect business model. Mamadou Diallo had a business selling cars on Facebook Marketplace. He'd meet up with buyers, hand over bills of sales. Everything was really great. But between May and June, he sold cars to about 8 people, made $24,000. But here's what would happen. He had a Honda Civic and a Buick Verano, and he would sell the cars. And then after he got the money and the cars went to the new owner, he'd go over to their house and he'd steal the cars and then bring them back. And then he'd sell the cars again.
It's a great business model. Your inventory is always at 100%.
But here's the thing. He's looking at 98 years in prison for $24,000. I mean, you've heard of like dumb criminals. Right. This guy's an idiot.
Well, how about the fact that like CEOs of Enron who stole hundreds of millions of dollars got like 6 months probation?
This guy. So what are you in for? I sold a Honda Civic.
Oh, did you? Well, I sold one 8 times.
Okay, well, that was the problem. I'm in here. I killed somebody.
Oh. Can I get a different cell?
The February cash grab is about to start. You want to make sure that you sign up for the newsletter right now over at getkim.com. Up to $250 every single day. Somebody's going to win. And you want to sign up right now at getkim.com. How about we start with Anastasia in San Antonio, Texas. Welcome aboard. What's going on?
Hi. Thank you for having me on. I have a YouTube channel, and I went back just to check on it, and I have 21,000 views. And in the past, years ago, I was trying to find out how to get the monetization of it. And I followed some steps, and somehow, I don't know at what point, it didn't work. And so I ended up giving up, and I haven't revisited it since. I heard about, of course, all this. I thought, well, I need to reach out and find out how to actually get paid for these views.
How many subscribers do you have?
472.
Okay. And what do you talk about?
I started a company called Operation Aviation. And what I produced were video instruction online for aircraft maintenance personnel, technicians.
Oh,
on
that's
the
cool.
Different systems like electrical systems, pneumatic systems, hydraulics, pneumatics, that kind of thing.
So are you a helicopter pilot or mechanic?
I don't have my license, but I'm learning how to fly an airplane, and then I thought I would do the helicopter. I did take flight lessons in fixed wing. To start with.
Well, here's the deal, and that's so fun what you're doing. You need at least 1,000 subscribers before you can get monetization. So you have a way to go.
Okay.
And then plus, you either have to have 4,000 watch hours in the last 12 months or 10 million shorts views in the last 90 days. So what we need to do is to get those views up and before you can monetize it, okay?
Okay.
And so start thinking of some really cool things that you could do on TikTok that would drive some YouTube views, and then you can also use those videos as shorts. What would be something that Anastasia could do?
when it comes to how about getting a career in the field?
How to?
Yes. If you're interested in doing this, here are the steps to get a career. That's something, I mean, a lot of people, a lot of job seekers, people, doom scrolling on social media may go, hey, and interact. I mean, getting comments on a post, getting likes on a post, getting saves on a post really pushes the algorithm. Now, we monetize our YouTube channel, right?
Correct.
116,000 followers. What does the revenue per month look like from YouTube?
Do you think I really want to share that with you? Because then you're going to want to raise. I
want to raise regardless of what it is.
I mean, because if I tell you a big number, you're like, oh, well, I mean, we wouldn't have those views without me.
Well, at least half of them.
Okay, we have 116,000 subscribers.
Correct.
Okay, because you only need 1,000. Okay, and we have way past those many views in hours.
Now, since we've lost some manpower here, we don't post as often as we truly want to.
But on the high, let's go back to when we did.
Okay.
Okay, because we are hiring. I think we were making about $1,500 a month.
Okay. See? That's a lot of effort. That's a lot of resources, a lot of man hours.
Yes.
And so I'm entitled to half of that is what you're saying.
No, okay. You owe me money.
Darn it.
Before we go back to your phone calls real quick, do you know that every document that you print has a secret code on it?
Of course I knew that. Now explain it to everybody else.
It traces right back to you. These color printers, they have tiny, tiny, tiny yellow dots on every single page that you print. They're almost invisible, but these dots contain your printer's serial number plus the date and time that you actually printed the document. So, like, for example, this is how they found the person who leaked the NSA documents back in 2017. Now, they match the yellow dots to a printer. Now, if you want to see them, you print a page with some color on it. You shine a blue LED light on the paper in a dark room, and there they are. Teeny tiny yellow dots in a pattern. Not every single printer does this, but most do. HP, Canon, Xerox, brother. By the way, there's no way to turn them off.
Is it the only purpose to do that for tracking?
Of course. Let's see. Dr. Amran in Los Angeles, California. Hello, doctor. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. How are you?
Great. So what's going on?
So I'm a surgeon. I founded the Roxbury Institute in Los Angeles and Utah and Arizona. And we focus and specialize in treating fat disorders. It's a big focus of our practice. And the main one is a condition called lipedema, which is a fat storage disease that is very under-recognized, but is kind of a new hot disease that people are becoming aware of. And I've been involved in it for 30 years. And finally, there is increasing awareness about this condition that affects 10% of the female population.
So is something happening online that you're asking about, or what? Tell us what's going on.
My head of research, Dr. Karen Herbst, and myself were victims of basically an AI scam. We were used in an AI commercial.
Oh, gosh.
Online, targeting lipedema patients, these patients that suffer with this condition that have been so kind of neglected. And it was selling a cream to treat this disease that was using our AI images to promote. So it was a total scam that these patients were falling for and getting to spend a lot of money on creams that don't work, that have no research, that have potential side effects. And that was the whole scam and story. So a big part of this is like how AI is being abused and used, even medical field nowadays.
I think we have a clip.
So lipedema is a very under-recognized condition, unfortunately, not only in the U.S., but pretty much around the world, for really no good reason.
I developed a natural, scientifically validated protocol with proven results. Take Kelly Clarkson, for example, one of my patients. She had already tried everything.
This was a life-changing solution.
Let me tell you, doctor, it sounds like you.
Yeah, well, that actually was me.
Okay.
And my head of research, the female, Dr. Herbst, I think it was, some computer-generated AI thing using her voice, too. And then it pulled in all these celebrities, Oprah Winfrey, Kelly Clarkson, to kind of give validity to this whole thing. So it's just, a crazy scam that a lot of energy went into, a lot of money went into, and, scammed a lot of patients.
So what did you, what have you done to try to bring it down?
I think my whole group and digital people did a lot of work to bring it down, and I think, I hate to say this, I think it actually may still be up there.
Oh, no.
I think that's been one of the problems, that it's very difficult to pull these things down. A lot of these companies or people or whatever you want to call them are overseas, and it's a challenge.
I actually fell victim to something similar to this. The only time I've ever taken sleeping pills in my entire life, they had like a reverse effect and I couldn't sleep, but I was wackadoo crazy. And I got on social media and Gordon Ramsay wanted to sell me his pots and pans for $19.99 for a full set. And I put in my credit card and immediately my bank is alerting me like crazy that I'm getting hit for thousands of dollars in charges. They're doing this all over social media.
So doctor, I understand like one of your actual patients fell for this scam.
I think more than one. I think probably several of my patients fell for it. But one I did surgery on, they want to do everything to continue to prevent their condition. So she fell for the scam, and she was also on that Today Show featured on it, and. And again, the fact that my name and Dr. Herb's names that were so respected in this field were used is really terrible. But the worst part about it is the patients. Again, they've been like targeted as victims with this.
But the reason why you were put there is because if I'm a person who's suffering from this, and I'm like, well, this product's obviously a scam, and I go and Google you up, I see that you are an expert in this field.
You're the guy,
and I'm ordering.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I mean. It was such a calculated thing. I mean, they're using our reputation and stuff like that. That's actually why that patient of mine bought it, because if I'm speaking about this in Dr. Herb's and she's trusted me for surgery, so why would she not just believe it at face value and bought the cream with it? And then you add more to it. You add celebrities to it, endorsing it and stuff like that. So again, it was a really like slick little job there that scammed people.
So what do you say to anybody who sees this? To contact your office, go to your site, what?
Complain to Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, well, the
report
first thing is not just only this thing. The first thing is just be very careful. I mean, just like buyer beware. I mean, just realize this is going on, that what you think you're buying, it may not be the real McCoy, real thing. And now they're using AI to further, make things seem real. So what to do about it? I mean, the first thing is don't just buy it.
Yeah.
Try to validate that this thing is a real thing with it, and then I guess report it. But then again, we've tried to do that with the different digital sources, and it's been a real challenge with it to try to get pulled down.
It is. I mean, because there's no phone number for you to call. I mean, it's not like you can call somebody.
There isn't.
Yeah, you can call somebody at YouTube and say, "Hey, I just want to let you know," or TikTok or any other place along the way. So, doctor, thank you so much for being on and sharing your story with us. Really, really horrible because once those videos out there, it's hard.
And I'm super bummed.
Why?
I really wanted those Gordon Ramsay pans. Such a good price.
Byron in Jackson, Michigan, or Mississippi, I think. Hello there, Byron. Okay. What's going on?
Hi. I just wanted to know if I needed to follow certain steps that a company that was involved in this is suggesting I do.
So who is the data breach, and did they send you a note, email, letter in the mail? What'd you get?
I received a letter in the mail, and it was reporting the cyber incident from October 21st of 2024 through January 13th of 2025.
And you're now, isn't that fabulous? This happened in October 2024, and you were just getting a letter in the mail.
They mentioned that it was an unauthorized third party that was involved in this, and they're basically telling me that when this happened, it was something that they didn't realize was going on until later.
I know, blah, 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 whatever. So let me tell you what you need to do. Number one, freeze your credit. There's actually 4 credit bureaus. A lot of people think that there's 3. There's 4. And we have a link to how to do that on commando.com. Just type in the search, freeze credit report, and it'll pop right up for you. When this happens, they are legally required to offer credit monitoring in many states. And so if they offered that to you, make sure that you sign up for that. The other thing, too, is go to ssa.gov and create a government account in there, because I want to make sure that if anything, any type of claims, medical claims, maybe with Medicare or something like that, that you'll actually get an explanation of benefits. And if you're not on Medicare and you still get an explanation of benefits, that those EOB statements, is you want to look at them, because if somebody stole your medical ID for, say, a kidney transplant, and then God forbid you need one, they're going to say, sorry, buddy, we already gave you one of those.
You've already had 12.
We're not going to give you that anymore. And also watch out for any targeted phishing, because now that they have all of your intel and your info, that they can send you calls and texts and things like that to say that they are from Medicare, they are from this company, they are from the credit bureau, whatever it is. And so you are now not just a victim, you are also now a target. October 2024.
As fast as they could, Kim. They got to it as fast as they could.
Let's get right on that.
Absolutely.
Okay, you either win or lose a negotiation, but here's how you can use AI to help you win. Let's say you need to ask for a raise, Andrew.
Yes, listening.
What would you say?
Kim, please. Pretty, please.
You'd say, you know what, I'm dealing with Kim Commando. You need to be a hardball negotiator. Right. I need to ask for a higher salary.
Yeah, I do. Taking notes. Where's my pen?
You can also say, act like a rough client who wants a discount. Then AI will actually pretend and will push back like the person you're going up against. It's going to throw objections at you, point out ways to respond to help you, and then practice your responses. Maybe you're asking for a deadline extension. Maybe you're buying a car. And maybe you're just not that person who always negotiates, because I have somebody in my family that's like that. My husband, whatever the price is.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Does it come with a free sign?
Oh, God. I'm like, I even told him, I said, Barry, everybody's good for at least 10% off.
Sure, especially big ticket items.
Yes, whatever it is. Just, you can get 10% off, And yesterday, the landscaper guy was over at the house, and Barry's like, outside, he's like, we need pavers and this new. And I said, hi, Joe. And I put my hand, I said, I'm Kim. I don't know if we've met. He's like, Kim, we've met several times. And he said, but you may have forgotten, because I only deal with Barry. And I said, yes. And I said, so, when you are about ready to do a project here, we're not getting any type of bids. We're not even getting it's going to cost between X and Y. So do you think we could get that before you start a job? And then Barry's like, oh, Kim, we don't need that. I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's our guy. You got to trust our guy.
Yes. So he's like, yes, Kim, I will do that for you.
What was the one company? I tried to retell this story, but I couldn't remember. You were supposed to get 2 things installed, and they wanted to charge you $150,000 a piece, and then you found them for 8.
Yes.
What was that?
Oh, that was part of a whole power conditioning system.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it was just, and I what happens? I told him this. I said, I know this is going to sound really mean, but I'm honest. I said, you know what? They come up to the house, they see an older guy, and he, even when he's sitting at the house, he dresses
like an old guy.
He puts on jeans and a white button shirt, even if he's not going anywhere. I mean, he puts that on every day, and sometimes a vest, okay, and shoes, and his Rolex. So I said, they come up to the house. This guy comes out looking good, and with a Rolex, shining in the Arizona sun. They're going, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I got me somebody good right here. And then I come in. Hi, how are you?
Lay the hammer down.
Hey, still to come, we have the best callers ever. You never, ever want to miss.
The world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
You love dogs, right?
I love dogs.
I love dogs.
I have 2 dogs.
Emma in New York City loves her dog too. Right, Emma?
Hello. I do. I love my sheepadoodle. Her name is Lucy, and she's 52 pounds.
Sheepadoodle, is that a sheepdog mixed with a poodle?
That is correct.
All right.
So do they shed?
They do not shed. They're hyperallergenic, and they are the cutest thing I think that have ever walked this earth.
I got to look up a sheepadoodle.
So I understand that you almost lost Lucy.
So I live in New York, in the city, and yes, I had a dog walker was walking her for me when I was at the office. I work at the New York Post, and I've been writing up my articles, and I get a phone call that said, "We've lost your dog," from my husband, who he's not in town. He gets it from the dog walker, which was through WAG, and if you're not familiar with WAG, that's an Uber-type service for dog walkers to walk your dog. So the dog walker is running around the 80s in Central Park on the street, and my husband's telling me she's up there somewhere, and so obviously I'm freaking out,
right?
And he can't find her. So I run through Midtown, and I hop in a cab, and I pull out my phone, and if it were not for my AirTag, I would not have found her because she was not in the 80s. She ran all the way down to Midtown, just on the bottom of the park at 59th Street and 7th Avenue, and we were able to pinpoint her location thanks to that. But if it were not for that, I don't know. She'd probably be in traffic at this point, but taking a solo tour of the city.
Wow. So because of an AirTag. So
she booked it 30 blocks?
She booked it even more than that because she was on Riverside Park. If you're not familiar with Manhattan, it's on the west side of the island. And our dog walker was on the upper west side taking her through there, and a different dog bit his hand. So he dropped the leash, and she took off, terrified, and she made it through several avenues of traffic across the city.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
Central Park. Then she made it through around Central Park. She had run a loop that I take her every Saturday morning, and she took off so fast. And she made it all the way down over to the east side and around the south side and made it back to the west almost, but going straight into Midtown towards Times Square. So that's where
she took a whole tour of the city.
She really just wanted to go see the naked cowboy.
That's right. She was looking for him. And I swear to you, like, if it were not for this AirTag, and it's funny because I write about dogs for the New York Post all the time. And so for this to happen to me with my dog, I ended up writing this whole story about how you can use the AirTag to find your puppers, and it actually saved her life. So, and I just feel like of all the things, a woman was able to grab her as I was arriving to keep her from running into traffic. And of all the people to grab her, it was a coworker of mine at the New York Post who didn't know my dog was missing. We hadn't chatted before in the office, and if it were not for her grabbing this leash, like, I don't know if I would have made it in time. I would have been maybe 30 seconds too late for her to hit the next run of traffic.
Oh, wow. Well, now you guys are best buds. Okay.
We really are.
Wow. Because of an AirTag. So when you got Lucy, did you put the AirTag on her automatically, or what's the deal with that?
I didn't at first. My husband bought it for me for my birthday last year, and he goes, "I know how much you love your dog, so I wanted you to have some way of tracking her." And it's fun to watch, her going on her walks during the day or make sure she's okay. It kind of makes me feel better and, just sort of a tracking device. But I had no idea that this would happen to me. I feel like everyone thinks my dog wouldn't get loose. I'm a responsible owner, but things happen. And that saved her life. Like I recommend an AirTag for everyone, for everything. My friends use AirTags on their children.
Yeah.
When they go to school, they have them on their backpacks because they don't have phones. So they're tracking them this way.
It's a remarkable little device. It really is for $25. I mean, really. I know. It's really something that you like. I have them on my dogs too. AirTags.
Nice. And your husband.
Well, him and everything else that he owns. Just saying. Emma, thank you so much for your call. We have more of the show coming up. Hey, just a reminder, the cash grab with our official newsletter called The Current starts February 1st, so make sure that you sign up for the newsletter right now at getkim.com. Sit your butt back down because coming up in the next hour, I have a crazy story about eBay. Yes, the top brass at eBay didn't like what a journalist wrote about them. So, this is wild. They sent her spiders, cockroaches, and a funeral wreath. And then things got even darker. The CEO of eBay walked away with about $57 million, while some underlings went to prison. I've got the whole twisted story, and let me tell you, you are not going to want to miss that. You know, a lot of people don't realize that before I became a radio star, that I worked for companies. I worked for IBM, AT&T, and Unisys.
And Hooters.
We don't like to talk about that.
Oh, sorry. Shh.
I wish. Just saying. I'm stuck in the computer labs most of my life. So when I was working for primarily AT&T and Unisys, is that I was giving a book of business, and then I had to make cold calls. So I'd call them up and say, you know, hi, I'm looking for the district manager, whatever, who's in charge of, say, copiers. Okay, because at one point I was selling copiers for IBM. And invariably people would say, yes, you could come and talk to us about an AT&T phone system or a Unisys computer, whatever it was. And because they really wanted to see what a Kim Commando looked like.
Oh, really? That's what got him in the door.
Yeah, because they'd be like, Kim Commando? You know, what is that about? Have you ever had to make cold calls?
Oh, yeah. I did telemarketing for years. That's how I paid for everything through high school, 5 years.
And so were you ever afraid to make cold calls?
No. I mean, maybe in the beginning, you know, you're intimidated. You stick right to the script. But once I got comfortable with it, I could call anyone and try to sell them anything. What's the worst possible thing that's going to happen? They're going to say no.
Or they hang up.
Oh, big deal.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
On to the next one. Well, almost a third of all Gen Zers, they say that they have phone anxiety.
They have anxiety about everything.
At work.
They have phone anxiety. They have box of cereal anxiety, traffic anxiety, Sunday anxiety.
Tide Pod anxiety.
Oh, absolutely.
They hate making phone calls. But if you're in sales, making phone calls is non-negotiable. I mean, even with email and DMs, you still need to get on the phone at some point. So that's why, in case you're wondering, cold calling is back and going viral on TikTok. Because sales reps are turning rejection into money by documenting their phone calls online. And so that this way they say they're teaching other people how to get over phone anxiety. Isn't that something?
You got to make sure you're in a state where you can record the other side without it being illegal, by the way, you TikTokers.
There is that. You know, an unknown number called me, sneezed, and coughed a few times and then just hung up. And I thought to myself, I'm so tired of these cold calls. What's the matter with you? You're holding your head in your hands.
Just start the hour.
Why?
It's awful.
Oh, man. Can I tell you about when I sold copiers?
Sure.
This was, and it wasn't me. I was a junior salesperson. And so here in Phoenix, we had these big high rises going up downtown at that point, right? And so, again, I was just his understudy. It wasn't me. And so we were like busting all the sales records, just doing crazy numbers. And here's how it went down. A brand new office opens, and typically it had to be like a satellite office for, like, say, a farmer's insurance or something like that. So this was not headquarters. This was just an office for them. And so I would go in with a clipboard, and I'd say, hi, I'm here from IBM, and somebody here ordered a copier. And they'd be like, we didn't order a copier. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to do. I got a copier downstairs, which I did. And the guy's on the truck, and I'm supposed to deliver it right here. And the gal behind the desk goes, but we didn't order a copier. I said, yeah, I can't take it back.
So far, I'm hearing a lot of fraud.
It's downstairs. Okay. And then my cohort would come in. You know, he was like, I was like maybe 19 years old, 20. And then he'd come in behind me and he'd say, yeah, she's absolutely right. We have a copier right here, and I'm the district sales manager, and I don't know what you want me to do with this copier. So anyway, they say, okay, well, can you just bring it in? Yeah, we'd say, can we just bring it in? So we bring it in, we'd set up the copier, we'd teach them how to use it, and then like 2 weeks later, we'd call them up and go, oh man, you were right.
That is so this was IBM that was allowing these tactics?
I don't know if they knew what was going on. Did
anybody say, well, then come pick it up?
No.
Every single one bought.
Yeah. So we'd be like, well, now that it's used, we can give you a discount.
Can I tell you one? I did telemarketing for a local security company. I don't know if they're not in business, but it doesn't matter. But they went out to one of those like farmers markets, and they were doing a contest for a free security system. So everybody would fill out the form with their information, put their name in a hat. Then they brought all the leads back, and we started calling and saying, hey, you won. And everybody got excited. Well, what they didn't know is every person we called got a free security system because they had to sign a 3-year contract. Well, we were calling a small town in Safford, Arizona, where everyone knows everybody.
Oh, no.
So neighbors start talking, hey, they just called me. I got a free security system too. Well, so did Jim down the lane. And we had the whole night was all cancellations.
Oh,
They were all calling us back. We weren't as smart as you guys.
It worked really well. Yes, and on that happy note, welcome. It's the Kim Komando Show. I'm, of course, America's beloved digital goddess and former copier salesperson, right? And Andrew Babinski, he is my co-host here. And you also catch him mornings on 99.9 KEZ FM in Phoenix, Arizona. And you can catch the Kim Komando Show on over 435 top stations from coast to coast. We're streaming in your favorite radio app. And you can also get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. Wherever you get your podcasts, just search for Commando with a K. So I have to tell you this, Andrew. I have been a bit obsessed about a story about eBay.
Okay.
And it starts with a dead pig.
Obviously.
If we go back to August of 2019, and, at that time, I had no idea that any of this was going on. And I've seen bits and pieces of the story. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is that it's going to be coming back into the news in about 30 days.
Okay.
So we always like to be ahead. The woman's name is Ina Steiner. She opened a delivery that she got, a package at her Massachusetts home. And when she opened the box, she screamed because it was a bloody pig's face. But it was just a Halloween mask. But earlier that day, someone tried to send her a fetal pig preserved in formaldehyde. And her husband, by the name of David, got a phone call that said, we have a delivery, a wet specimen for you. And her husband's like, I'm sorry, what's a wet specimen? I mean, I wouldn't know what that was.
No.
I mean, I had no idea. The answer was something that he had to call the police about because it was a pig's head, preserved. Now, for 20 years, the Steiners, they have a small business. It's called E-Commerce Bites. It's a newsletter. It's still in existence today. Fairly successful. They have 600,000 subscribers. The husband and wife, they run this newsletter. And E-Commerce Bites, and when I mean bites, it's B-Y-T-E-S.
Right, like electronics.
Yeah, it's been around for a while. Is that they cover what happens on Amazon, eBay, Craigslist, Spotify. So if you're in e-commerce and you want the inside scoop, you want to know what's going on, is that you're going to subscribe to this newsletter.
Are they competitors? You going to try and take them down? Were you the one who sent the pig's head?
No, 2,500 miles away in San Jose, California, certain executives were reading the Steiner's newsletter and they were pissed. And that company was eBay. So August 1st, 2019, Ina published an article about eBay suing Amazon for illegally poaching the sellers. eBay argued that Amazon managers had directed employees to use eBay's private messaging system to recruit eBay sellers over to Amazon's marketplace. So, they're going back and forth.
Right, and it's against eBay's policy to have any other business conversation within their direct message system other than the transaction on the site.
And it's easy for somebody to figure that out. I mean, because it's all AI.
Of course, yeah, they're monitoring everything.
Exactly. And even in 2019, they had the tools to monitor everything. So Ina criticized the then CEO, Devin Wenig. And this is what she said. He has been unable to stop a decline in market sales, but trying to dissuade sellers from turning to Amazon may not be the best tactic. So Devin, the CEO of eBay, reads this and then texts his communications chief and says, if you are ever going to take her down, now is the time.
So that means that she's had problems with eBay execs in the past.
The chief communications officer, Steve Weimer, previously texted the CEO, we're going to crush this lady. Then texted the security director, Jim Bao, I want to see ashes, as long as it takes, whatever it takes.
So now you said this newsletter was somewhat successful, but if they feel that she's got the influence, I mean, that's pretty dang successful.
It is. For a CEO.
Multiple suites of people.
Yes. And to look at a woman in Boston, Massachusetts, husband and wife team publishing a small newsletter, they got eBay's attention.
Absolutely.
Then suddenly the Steiners were drowning in their own subscriptions. Suddenly they're getting things they didn't even sign up for, like Sin City Fetish Night, the Satanic Temple, the Communist Party. They got live cockroaches in the mail, live spiders, a funeral wreath, a book about surviving the death of your spouse.
Wow.
Anonymous Twitter accounts threatened to visit their home. Craigslist ads were taken out, telling strangers that there were hot sexual encounters at their address.
Hold on, though. They're doing all this to scare them. But if they're not attaching their name, how are they supposed to be scared enough to stop writing about eBay?
Then they noticed the black van. The Steiners do. Professional surveillance. eBay assembled a team. David Harville, the director of global resiliency. Stephanie Popp, senior manager of global intelligence. Brian Gilbert, a former police captain. 3 others. They flew from California to Boston. They staked out the Steiners' home, purchased tools to break into their garage, and installed a GPS tracker. The plan eBay called White Not Knight strategy. They wanted to terrorize the Steiners and have Gilbert pretend, the former police captain, to help them figure out what was going on, to gain their trust. David Steiner photographed a license plate. It belonged to a rental car that was traced directly back to an eBay contractor. He calls the FBI. eBay's security team scrambles. They start deleting evidence. They're lying to investigators. But the payment cards led back to Silicon Valley. By September 2019, all the conspirators were fired. The CEO resigned with a $57 million severance package.
How is he ever going to survive?
The guy who demanded ashes, he was quietly hired to run a boys and girls club. eBay's own internal investigation said that the CEO and everybody's messages were inappropriate. 7 employees were convicted. The sentence ranged from probation to 57 months in federal prison by the communications director, Bao. eBay paid a $3 million fine and admitted to 6 felonies against his husband and wife newsletter. They were going after him. Now, Weinig and Weimer, they were never charged. Weinig sits on GM's board today.
Watch out, Ford.
So the Steiners filed a civil lawsuit seeking accountability from the executives, and the trial is set to begin March 2nd, 2026. So people went to prison, but the men who gave the instructions, like crush this lady, take her down, they walked away.
Well, they got better lawyers.
Yes. And e-commerce Byte still publishes. You know, they tried to destroy him with live insects. Oh my gosh, cockroaches, psychological warfare.
All over a criticism that trying to fight Amazon for sellers was the wrong approach to be better at eBay.
There were other things that she wrote, but that was her opinion. And they are sitting there in Silicon thinking, I mean, who would have ever thought that they could get away with that?
But also, whoever thought it would work? They're sitting at home going, oh, we have a pig head. That's really scary. If they don't know it's from eBay, they don't know to stop writing about eBay.
But they're still a business. I love that. I
Good
love
for
that.
them. And I hope they win that lawsuit.
Well, I think they're going after monetary damages now because they couldn't do it before because it was in the criminal court systems. But now they are going after monetary, and I do hope that they get it. Absolutely, 100%. Let's see. Coming up, we're going to be talking about Steve Jobs and the fish tank question. This is really fascinating. If you have a business, you're going to love this one. And, of course, we have all of your great phone calls and more here on the Kim Komando Show. Hey, listen, it's my free 5-star rated newsletter. It is amazing. I mean, it really is. Every single day, you are going to get this tech download that you're going to be so smart. And it's 100% free. And right now, for the month of February, we're starting the cash grab. So every single day, somebody's going to win $250 just by being a subscriber for the newsletter. You want to sign up right now at getkim.com. That's getkim.com.
I have some good news for you. A lot of people, there was a survey that was just done. The #1 employed job in all of America is home health care workers. It beats out grocery store clerks and retail, people behind retail counters, everything. Home health is one of the most booming industries, and it's also, according to a study by Microsoft, the #1 profession that's not influenced by artificial intelligence.
Well, that would make sense. I mean, you have an aging population. People want to age in place. I've heard that a lot. Need some help. and home health will come to you,
right?
Take your vitals, give you your meds, physical therapy, make meals, whatever it may be. And you're right, it's not going to really be influenced by, because you still need that human element.
It's like 0% of what they do is influenced by AI. And what was the prediction earlier this week? 90 million jobs by 2030?
Yeah.
If you work in home health, you're going to be safe.
Hey, just want to remind you that you can get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast in your favorite podcast player. Just search for Komando with a K. And if you're more of a visual person, head over to youtube.com/Kim Komando, where you always want to
subscribe.
Yes.
Subscribe anytime we post something new. If we put up a reel, if we put up a new video, we go live, you'll know right away if you subscribe. It also helps the algorithm, which more people will see it, and we get to keep doing it for free.
That's right. youtube.com/Kim Komando.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, how about we get started with phone calls? What do you think? Nick in Amarillo, Texas. I've actually been there. Hi there, Nick.
Hi, how are you? You've actually been to Amarillo, huh?
I have. It was just a fuel stop, but I was there.
Did you hear how surprised he sounds?
Yes. No, we went to Amarillo. It was a fuel stop on, I think, our way back from somewhere on the East Coast. And in the FBO, the fixed-based operator there, they had fresh tamales. And I just remember eating one going, this was the best tamale I've ever had in my entire life in Amarillo, Texas.
Well, you need to come back by because we have a Buc-ee's now, and you can go crazy.
Oh, you have a Buc-ee's.
Have you been to Buc-ee's, Kim? Oh, my gosh. It's the Walmart of gas stations. I hyped it up to the family when we were on our last trip to San Antonio, and everybody was like, shut up, be quiet. It's a gas station. They got there. We were there for an hour.
Oh, really?
At a gas station.
Okay, what's the best part, Nick, of a Buc-ee's?
The whole thing is... it's just crazy. If they don't have it, you don't need it.
The brisket sandwich. That's the best part of a Buc-ee's. It is probably the second best brisket sandwich I've ever had in my entire life.
So you're telling me you had the best at a gas station?
At a gas station.
Yeah. Just Google them.
I will.
You'll see what we're talking about.
I'll wear my Buc-ee's t-shirt next week.
Well, maybe we need a field trip. Is there one in here?
We're building one. We're going to get one in summer of 26.
Okay. Well, then we'll have to have a field trip to Buc-ee's.
I love Buc-ee's.
All right. So what's on your mind today, Nick?
Hey, I'm working part-time right now as a transit driver, and I need to get off the road. I need to get out of the traffic. It's just too crazy out there. I've never seen so many crazy people in my life. And I want to work part-time from home, get a computer gig so I can come in here in my pajamas and punch buttons. My real question is, how can you vet these companies that you see them on Facebook by the tons that promise all these crazy results, $65,000 a month?
You're like, yeah, sure. Okay. We should, you know what, if it was that good, Nick, I'd stop this radio gig today.
I wouldn't be here.
Okay, just saying. What are you good at? What are you good at? What have you done? I mean, I know you're driving, and that's part-time, but what have you done that you're like, wow, if I could do this from home, that would be pretty amazing?
Well, I used to teach science in high school.
Nice. Okay.
How about that?
That's good. Okay. Did you like to do that?
I loved teaching, but there's no discipline in the school where I was, and I couldn't get through to the kids for having to deal with the problems, and I said, that's enough.
Well, that can happen, especially dealing with high school kids. You're like, enough already. See, the reason why I ask is that anytime that you're going to spend time doing something, I want you to do something that you like, something that you have some type of passion for. Because otherwise you're just moving things around. And if you do anything for money, just money alone, it's not going to be fulfilling for you, because you need to have that inside, whatever that box you want to check, that you like to do it. And so, as a teacher, I mean, there are places that are hiring like Wisant and Tutor.com, where you could be a science teacher, science tutor. In addition, some of these are actually looking for American-based speaking teachers to be tutors, because while they're not just tutoring kids in the United States, they're tutoring kids in like Asia or Indonesia or other places in Europe where they're trying to learn English. And so not only are you instructing about science, but you're also teaching them how to listen in English as well. And so that would be my first step, is to look at some of the big tutoring websites, fill out their application to apply. And these are truly something that you can do in your pajamas, wearing pants, of course, your top.
Depends on how you place the camera.
Bucky's t-shirt.
Bucky's t-shirt. Hey, they have Bucky's pajama bottoms, Lisa bottom.
There you go.
Oh man, they got it. They got everything. Bucky's. It's just crazy.
So there are some places where you can look. Remote.co is another website for you to check. Flexjobs.com. Also check, LinkedIn.com. Just filter by remote. And then some company websites like Amazon, they have a whole bunch of people that are doing customer service remotely, as does U-Haul. And then there's also Live Ops. Oh, you know what? I'll put a list of all these together. That's what I need to do. Because otherwise, you know what's going to happen, Andrew? Somebody's going to make a typo and they're going to end up at some porn site. And then they're going to be like, oh, come out. I can't trust you anymore. That's what always happens. It's always my fault.
Oh, absolutely. It's not user error. It's Kim error.
Yeah. You sent me to a porn site and I got pop-ups.
I mean, I was there for 6 hours. Just had to confirm I was seeing what I was supposed to be seeing.
I like when that guy called me years ago and said, I went to a website. I didn't know you had dark hair.
That wasn't you?
It was some porn site. I'm like, oh my gosh. Bert in Wichita, Kansas. Hey, Bert.
Hey, Kim. How are you?
I'm good. So I understand you're a music man.
Yes, I write songs. That's my real passion. I play some instruments, and all about music.
So how are you putting it together now with AI?
Okay, so just several months ago, I learned about a site called, is it okay if I mention it?
For sure, yeah, of course.
Suno is the one that I use. And what I found is, as a songwriter, I've written over 100 songs, which isn't that many if you're a writer, honestly. But it's wonderful to take a song, my words, my chord progression, my melody. Suno will be faithful to all those things if I upload a simple demo and then produce the song, add instruments and drums and bass and percussion and give it a certain feel or style. And I'm just having a blast with it.
Are you? Here, I think you sent us a song. Let's listen.
Well, a road ain't a road if you ain't got nowhere to get. A pancake ain't a pancake without Aunt Jemima on it. And a marshmallow ain't a marshmallow if it don't have no fluff. And nothing ain't nothing without love. Nothing ain't nothing without love.
Not many songs you hear on the country charts that have the word marshmallow fluff in it.
Well, yes, and I can't do that. I don't have the money to go to Nashville and walk into a studio and hire the musicians to do that kind of thing. And it's just a blast to be able to plug that in. And that's very faithful to the way I wrote the song and the way I imagined it.
Did it take you a long time to do that song?
What takes the longest is they do what they call a cover. So you upload a simple version of your song, maybe just guitar and vocal, and then they produce what they call a cover, like if somebody was covering the song on another album or something. So I sometimes go through a dozen or more covers to find the one that is the way I want it and the way I felt like I wrote it, what I had in mind when I wrote it.
Are you doing anything with the music once you've made it?
No, I'm not really.
That's a great song. You know what? I loved that song.
But if you have 100 songs and you clip it down, I mean, you could have a TikTok page with 1,000 videos easily.
You could get them on Spotify.
That too.
I mean, I need to open up my field of vision here a little on that.
Yeah, you do. Okay. Now here's the deal with Sono. The free tier is that Sono may own some of the rights. Now, paid tier, you typically own what you create. Now, in order to get your songs on Spotify, you just can't call them up and go, "Hey, I'm Bert," and
"Hey, Bert."
Like he's never heard that before.
I can't even use that on my wife. I mean,
And so, so what you have to do is go to like DistroKid DistroKid. And there's also CD Baby. They've been around forever. And
yeah, I've heard of them.
And so what they do is that they will get your songs onto the different various music platforms, and then you'll make a little bit of a commission.
But to get attention to those, you take those songs and you clip them up and put them on a TikTok page. I mean, I'm going to admit the song sounds a little older country, more country western than any other country.
Yeah, it's right.
And so an older audience would eat that stuff up.
Well, and I have plenty of songs I think would appeal to other audiences. I don't write a particular genre. But, yeah, these are great suggestions. I appreciate that. I do get a little bit of feedback, negative feedback from folks that feel like I'm putting people out of business, and I kind of understand that to a degree, but when you live in Rose Hill, Kansas, and you write songs, this is just a wonderful way to find out, what that song would sound like with other musicians playing.
And you know what? You're having fun doing it, right?
Oh, it's a blast.
I mean, you're having a great time doing it.
Those people are just all fuddy-duddy.
Well, but I understand. I understand what they're saying. And Bert, like you said, we understand what they mean because the whole music industry has been based upon what? Years and years of practice, years and years of rejection. It's like being the football star. You have all these different people that are doing it, but maybe there's a breakout every once in a while.
But what I hear he's doing, he's just creating a blueprint to say this is what it could look like. And maybe you put them on social media, an older country artist, a bluegrass band hears that, and they go out and make a deal with him and take his song.
That would be amazing.
That would be a fairy tale.
Do we get a cut?
Absolutely.
Not.
Hey, Bert.
Hey, Bert. Hey, if you run a small business, hiring the right person can make or break you. One bad hire costs you time and money. It's so frustrating. But one great hire can transfer everything. That's why I use LinkedIn Jobs. Their new AI assistant makes hiring super easy. In fact, employees hired through LinkedIn are 30% more likely to stick around for at least a year compared to the leading competitor. When every hire counts, that's huge. With the LinkedIn Jobs AI assistant, you set your criteria, it filters all the applicants, and you see only the best matches. No more drowning in resumes. Plus, it suggests 25 great fit candidates every single day, so you can invite them to apply and just keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find the top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Kim to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. All right, Steve Jobs and the fish tank question. This is an amazing story. Back when the engineers presented the first prototype of the iPod to Steve Jobs, he said it was too big. And the engineers were whining, saying, you know what, Mr. Jobs, we can't make it any smaller. We can't make it any smaller. And he said, no, you need to make it smaller. So they go back, they come back, and they say, you know what, we've made it smaller. We cannot make the iPod any smaller. So he took the iPod, the only iPod that the engineers had in their possession that worked, and dropped it in the fish tank. He proved that there was something wrong with it. It floated to the top because it was mostly plastic, but also air bubbles were floating to the top. And as the prototype sank, the bubbles escaped from the casing, and Steve Jobs pointed at them and said, you see those? Those are air bubbles. That means that there's space in there. You can make it smaller. And they went back and they made it smaller. Wow. Could you imagine being the engineer and he drops what you just worked on in a fish tank?
That's the only one, man.
Don't be doing that. We have more of your phone calls coming right up. Virginia and Kansas, you're up next. Glad to have you with us here on the show. How can we lend a hand?
Hello. Yes, hello. I love listening to your show because you always talk in a regular way, like regular people can understand.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I really appreciate that. Yeah. My husband and I have been married for 51 years. We live on a farm in Kansas, and we have 9 married children and 25 grandchildren.
Wow.
So, yeah, you can imagine what it's like to try to get Christmas gifts for every one of them.
I was going to say, just getting everybody around
the budget, you multiply everything by 10 or more. So what I did was I started making a family yearbook, and I give it to the couples, my children and their married and their spouses, for Christmas. And what this was as a kind of overview of the whole year of what we did, pictures of their families on their own pages, and a little bit what they do, where they live.
How wonderful! And
I gave it to them the first time. They loved it. They wanted me to do it every year. So it's really easy to do that with digital pictures. Well, now my oldest daughter, I gave her one of these baby books that I go online and I make the book, and then they make it, and I give it to them. It's easy to do that with digital pictures. However, like my baby albums, I wanted to do the same thing, copy them and give them to my children for for a gift so they can have their own baby book.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, the trouble with that is I had to use my phone to take a picture of every picture that's in the album. Couldn't take the books out of the pages out of the book.
Now, were you just, wait, whoa. Now, what kind of phone are you using?
iPhone.
Okay. And then were you just using the iPhone to take the picture?
That's right.
Okay. So what you want to do is you want to use a Google app called PhotoScan.
Okay.
And PhotoScan is superior to doing this type of job than the iPhone can alone. With Google PhotoScan, that app, is that you don't have to take pictures out of a photo album because, you get that glare, or maybe it's like a weird line or whatever it may be. And then with PhotoScan, using your iPhone, is that it will actually remove the glare. And so you get a nice crystal clear picture, so that this way when you're making the baby books, which is such a great thing you're doing. How nice of you to do that. Is that you have great pictures, but you're not ruining the original picture itself.
Right. Okay. Yeah, well, I couldn't take my pictures out of my book anyway, because back in 1985, our house burned down.
Oh.
And these albums were all like in a cubby, and they got smoke damaged, and they got pages melted onto them, so you can't take them out.
Now, another thing you can do, and I actually saw a cool video on this week, where people are using Gemini, and they're uploading their photos, and they're saying, sharpen this picture, but edit nothing else. And someone uploaded a picture of a jet flying through the sky, and it was just a blurry bulb, and Gemini turned it into a pristine-looking picture of that jet.
Gemini, the AI, using Nano Banana.
Correct.
Yes. And that's, and those pictures are coming out really well. So, so use PhotoScan, scan it up. Great suggestion, Andrew. Just throw it into Nano Banana. And then,
sorry to get so technical for you.
Yeah, it'll make it better. Virginia, thank you so much for your call. Coming right back, Amazon's palm reading tech is gone here on the Kim Komando Show. Do you remember Amazon said we have these great stores, Amazon One, and you could just walk in and then use your palm to pay for everything?
Oh, yeah.
And then we had the people in India that were actually doing the work behind the scenes.
Watching on cameras,
yes,
seeing what you took off a shelf.
Amazon's shutting down all 72 Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh stores along with Amazon One.
All of them?
Shutting them down. They're bailing on the whole cashier-free experience not working, and that palm data that they collected about you, Amazon says it's going to be securely deleted. Don't worry about a thing.
Right after we sell it.
Make sure that you sign up for my free newsletter at getkim.com. Hey, thanks for catching this weekend's show as a podcast. I'm sure you're all the better for it. I mean, after all, your thighs got thinner, you got more hair. It was just amazing. Now, maybe that didn't happen, but you still had a great time. So what I'd like you to do is wherever you get your podcasts, leave me a great 5-star review and say a few kind words, because let me tell you something. Here's the secret. That will help more people find the podcast, because the algorithm will say, oh, everybody loves Kim Komando. And they do, right? So go ahead, drop what you're doing and go give me a great 5-star review right now. Thank you.
Well, know the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.